Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the update that comes out tomorrow, but Battlefield put out a big trailer video teasing this limited time Operation Augur game mode. And guys, I think this mode might actually backfire on them for multiple different reasons we'll be getting into in this video. So let's get right into it. If you enjoy the channel, be sure to hit the sub button, hit the like button, and check out the second channel. That'll be linked in the description and the pinned comment. Been having a ton of fun recently, not only making Battlefield 6 videos, but also making second channel videos as well. So thank you guys so much for everyone that has come through on both channels. And let's get right into this Operation Augur thing. So the first thing I want to point out is the fact that they're just basically unprofessional with this, in my opinion. It is 7 hours since this Operation Augur announcement, and there's a tweet that explains everything, and then, as pictured here, you can see there's something called Read the Full Briefing, and then there's a link. You go to click this link, and it literally just takes you to a 404 error, like, page not found thing. Once again, this tweet has been like this for 7 hours on the main Battlefield Twitter. So right off the bat, this is rubbing me the wrong way because I was actually hoping for more details found on the website, but, you know, I mean, they're an indie company, what can we do? Getting on to talking about Operation Augur now, we've known about this game mode ever since Season 2 was released with the roadmap. Everyone has known Operations is coming back, but I think this is sort of a weird situation with the current state of Battlefield 6 because this actually has potential to backfire on them if it doesn't reach players' expectations, because Operations is a big game mode name. When you say Operations, you are talking about a lot of people's favorite Battlefield game mode, not only in Battlefield 1, but of all time. And I hate to break it to you guys, this shit is not going to be like Battlefield 1 Operations. Battlefield 6 Operations is about to be clearance aisle, like 75% off Operations. There isn't going to be any lore, there isn't going to be any history, I doubt there's going to be any, like, I don't know, narrated cutscenes, and if there are narrated cutscenes, I'd be pretty worried for them actually being AI, considering I think the campaign used AI cutscenes. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but God knows what they're going to do if they decide to add those sort of narrated cutscenes Battlefield 1 Operations had. Hopefully they aren't AI if they are in the game. But the general gist of things is this Operation Augur event, while it still might be pretty good, I do think if they don't execute it correctly and it doesn't meet players' expectations, people are still going to be very pissed. And the fact that it's a limited time game mode doesn't help as well, considering, once again, Operations is one of the Battlefield community's most beloved game modes of all time. Getting into some of the details they actually shared on the tweet and in the video, one massive detail is the fact that there are no objective respawns. If you capture an objective in a sector, you cannot spawn on the flag, which means the only things you can spawn on are your squad mates, spawn beacons, maybe a transport vehicle, and that's pretty much it. The reason they provide for this in the video is, you know, oh, it's more tactical. Yeah, we're trying to emphasize the squad play. But let's face it, guys, I know you've played Breakthrough in Battlefield 6. 50% of your team isn't participating in the gameplay, and we all know that trying to get a bunch of people trying to work together is never going to work in a Battlefield game, and really never has, but that's a conversation the Battlefield community isn't ready for. So the fact they're trying to force more reliance on your random teammates in this game by not allowing you to spawn on flags is going to make this mode incredibly frustrating if you are not playing with a dedicated squad of people you can actively communicate with and trust. And their decision to not allow you to spawn on flags is very confusing to me because I could swear that you could spawn on flags you captured in Battlefield 1 Operations. I don't think this was a thing in BF1 Ops. Now, when you combine that with the fact that defibs are getting nerfed tomorrow, this could be very interesting because obviously it's been a very well-known thing that attacking teams in Battlefield 6 stall out and they don't move and they end up just getting spawn trapped and losing the game. I fully anticipate getting revived even less than I was getting revived before. Because in my opinion, I think the defib changes, while I agree with them, they may discourage the player base from using the defibrillators at all, which might result in there being significantly less revives. And for a game mode like Breakthrough or Operations, where you need to keep the push alive, that is more important than ever. As far as other details surrounding this new game mode, there are going to be 3 battalions, so that's cool. They're bringing battalions back from the original Operations game mode. And in terms of just how this game is going to flow, you're going to start on Contaminated Breakthrough, and then you're going to go all the way through, and it'll transition to Hagental Base Breakthrough. So in terms of the amount of action you're going to be able to see in this game mode, I wouldn't be surprised to see some 250, maybe even 300 kill games if you have a very elongated, constant last battalion game play out in this game mode. Now we're getting to the, not so interesting part of this video, which is the fact that after this, we are basically just waiting for Season 3. And we all know how boring it is to wait for another Battlefield season to come out. It is brutal. They never really do the content cadence correctly. There's always some strange amount of downtime between the end of a season and the release of a new one. And with the current state of Battlefield 6, I think this particular period of downtime is going to be more brutal than ever. Every single one of my comment sections for the past probably 5 videos, people have mentioned they're getting bots in their lobbies now. People are constantly mentioning the player count of the game, how DICE is not, adding a server browser, fixing the things the community cares about. And the update tomorrow, well, I guess the update today that adds Operation Augur, it doesn't necessarily fix a lot with the game. There are some minor things to do with netcode. We'll have to see how those changes play out. The defibrillator nerf. And maybe there were some other small things that are kind of important that I forgot. But, if Season 3 doesn't start making some massive felt changes to the gameplay, I don't know what the fuck DICE is doing. Season 3, in my opinion, is their absolute last chance to show us that they are willing to make big changes and big improvements to the gameplay of Battlefield 6. We need vehicle improvements and fixes. We need netcode and audio fixes. Ideally, in my opinion, they should touch the time to kill. They should fucking make gunplay harder. They need to nerf muzzle velocities. And, I just sound like a broken record at this point because the problems of Battlefield 6 have been known forever, and I've spoken about them in so many videos, probably 50 videos at this point. And it is endlessly infuriating that the community just sees these issues, and then DICE fails to address literally any of these issues. So we'll have to see how Operation Augur and the last part of Season 2 plays out. I'm not looking forward to waiting for Season 3. In fact, we've kind of already been waiting for Season 3. Ever since Hagental Base released, about 3 days after that, that's really when the Season 3 wait started. So we've been waiting for a good period of time now. But let me know what you think about all this stuff, guys, and whether or not you think Operations is going to be good, or if you're even going to try it. If you enjoy the videos, if you find these informative, be sure to hit the sub button, hit the like button, and let me know what you think about all this stuff. Check out the second channel. It'll be linked in the description, and it will be the pinned comment. Join the Discord, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All links are in the description, and I'll see you guys later.